So just started the recording. We are on our final live Zoom call for the 17th round of the branding course. So the purpose of today is to fine tune anything that we've been discussing, for the last couple of weeks regarding your branding message, welcome videos, things like that. Some of you may be further advanced than others regarding a likes campaign. Some of you may not be that far yet. So it depends where you are in your journey, because this is where we normally talk about likes campaigns. But unless you've started one and you've got some data, but ask questions around that if that's where you're at. So I just want to make sure by the time we get to the end of this call that you've got some clarity around, at a minimum, we've got it. Can you hear that glitch, guys? So I might just mute Rachel to see if it's coming from her, because she was the only one that wasn't muted. So what was I saying? So at a minimum, we just want to make sure that you are happy with your brand, or you know what you're going to do to tighten it up. And you've really got a nail on content creation, because this is over to you now. You've got your branding sort of message. It's like, what do I do now to continue this? Otherwise, your page is just going to sit there if you don't have some kind of structure for content creation moving forward. So we really want you to build an audience. That's what it's all about, whether that's, friends and family initially, but building your audience on this page is going to be important, because you might all be aware that the organic reach on business pages is quite low until you get an active community. You get your own kind of tribe going that know what you're about, and they engage with your content anyway. So we always want to be building your audience on a business page. Otherwise, it might stand still and it's not going to help your algorithm. So it's really important that you guys ask the questions that you need to know what to do after today. Okay? All right. So who wants to go first? I'll leave it over to you, because I'll start with Christine, because Christine, you had a link in the group. Now, who's
Well, I was just going to say, I don't mind waiting, because I know you guys we're all on different time zones. I'm totally fine. So if anybody else wants to go first, feel free. If not, then
okay. Yeah. Well, I'll go to Camilla because of the hour of the morning that it is for her. And I know you'll probably stay the whole journey because you're a trooper anyway, but I want to give you the option, because it is a ridiculous hour of the morning, to go through your stuff first. So thank you, Christine. That's very noble of you. When you were about to say that, I was about to say something else. What was it? I'm sure it'll come back to me. So Carmela, I'm going to share my screen, and there was actually some discussion in the group that I said I was going to give you some more feedback on this call anyway. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I've already switched it back. Who's gone to the new version of Facebook today?
I hit the challenge.
Yeah,
I tried it and switched it back, and thankfully my phone though is still on the old version, but on my laptop I was just lost, and I had to switch back. Yeah,
I've been on the new one right from the start. I don't know why. I probably wasn't active on the computer.
To be honest with you, we're all just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah,
I've changed it back because I'm doing things. Like, I was just about to go live earlier, and I was on a call with a student, and we're trying to look at her page, and I couldn't find her page. And it's like, I can't cope with this right now. I'm too busy for this right now. Saw that the option was still there available to switch back, but we are all forced into it as of September, guys. So we're only delaying the inevitable. It will switch towards the end of the month, and that option to revert back to the classic version just won't be there anymore. So Rick, if you're on the new version, if you just got used to it, you're ahead of the game, really, because it's
I've always been ahead of the game, Helen.
I don't know about that, Rick. I don't know about that. But when I don't know how to find,
here we go. There you go.
Yeah, it's going to. No, you deserve.
Make one little comment about a crab, and look what happens. Yeah.
That was my dog. You said my dog had a smashed crab face. That is not going down lightly.
Well, see, the people overseas wouldn't realise that. You appreciated the humour behind it, though. Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not listening. So yeah, while I'm doing training and stuff like that, I don't have the time to really go, oh, where do I find that? I want to keep us moving. So I have switched back to the other version, and we'll have to deal with it later. Okay. So, Christine, where were we at with what you changed?
She doesn't want to talk to you.
We're gonna do Camilla first.
Yeah, Camilla.
Christine, what am I doing? Go away,
Hey,
Christine. No, don't.
I posted the link. I was ready to go, but no, we're gonna do.
No, I've forgotten even. See, Rick, you've just, that's your fault. I'm just going to blame it on you.
Oh, look, of course, I'm a victim.
I've lost
I know.
my train of thought, and it's all your fault. Okay?
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. Okay, so it still looks the same. So I actually still need to go back to the wording. Okay, so I'll come back to the group because Camilla has kindly translated.
Yeah, Google has.
Oh no, that's a new one. That's the story. Okay. So I'll just pull this up. So this is Carmela's new wording. So I help women in their 40s. So that one of my suggestions might just have been in the translation. I help women in their 40s to build and own business. So I just suggested in the comments just to change it to, I help women in their 40s to build their own business. Just a little bit of English in the translation. So that's probably negligible. So now we know from the last version to this version, now we know we're helping women. We know they're in their 40s and we know you're helping them to build their own business. So now we're getting somewhere. That's awesome. Okay. I don't know what that is. Does that mean somebody's in the room? Oh.
That's me. I'm trying to join on my computer instead of my phone.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to have to be aware of a little ding because this is brand new. So obviously that's what the little ding means. It means somebody's trying to get in. So all good. Okay. So women in their 40s building their own business. We're not quite sure what business, but we get to that a little bit in the bullet points. So what I was going to recommend to you in the bullet points, which I said I would talk to you about today, is just changing the order and just fine tuning one of them. Okay. So because your brand is you're helping women in their 40s build their own business, I would start with the third one at the top. But instead of saying something like home-based and online, I would say something like, I mean, obviously, you know your language. I don't. So say it in words that your culture would recommend. So what I'm recommending, I don't know whether it translates the same way, you know, in your language. But what might be better to say, I help women in their 40s to build their own business step by step, to live an extraordinary life, you know, build a home-based business online. Just making it clear. So home-based and online, they're just trigger words. We want it to be really, really crystal clear. So build a home-based business online could be number one. The second one, I would recommend you bring marketing into it. So then say business and marketing skills. Because learning social media and building a business online, they're going to need to know sort of how to promote themselves and things like that. It's going to be part of what you're promoting to women. Then the third one, I would put endless.
So one question, business network marketing skills.
No, just business and marketing skills.
Okay.
Okay, because a network marketer, like when they need marketing skills. Okay. Then the third one, I would put endless leads and customers. So that's what you're teaching them, to get leads and to get customers. And then the last one I would lead is personal development. It's important in the mix, but I don't think you should lead with that. We want it there.
Okay.
But I would change the order, like it's a home-based business and it's online. You've got business and marketing skills. We're getting leads and customers and personal development. Okay, so it's a lot. It's a lot to say in your branding message, but the way you've sort of structured it visually, I think it'll be fine.
Okay, thank you. Sounds good.
Okay, now it looks like I've missed this one. So this is the interpretation of your story. Or is this Google's interpretation of your story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
It's a mixture.
Okay, so we'll see how this reads. Okay, now I have arrived. I start, yeah, okay, so it's going to be fairly broken English, as long as it makes sense in your language, but as I'm reading, I'm sure it's going to be a bit broken English. My start in the working world was in a travel agency, a global corporation. Unfortunately, the working atmosphere was not conducive to health. That's why I was sick very often during the year. Yes, and the working hours were Monday to Saturday, 6 days a week. I was so young, and at the time, I didn't know what to do. I endured it for 4 years. And then the good news that I was going, and then the good news that I was going to have a baby changed my life even. In June 2000, my daughter was born. A life full of time and family began. A life full of...
It's broken English. It means that at home, the life with so much time with my family started.
Okay. As long as you know what it means.
Yeah.
We'll get the gist of what it's trying to say in English. A life full of time and family began. With little money, but suddenly I was self-determined and I could divide my life as I wanted and do what I wanted. However, I also noticed very quickly that I only have parental leave allowance available. My financial resources can be accessed very quickly, or my financial dependency on my partner increases. Okay, I kind of know where you're going with that. Well, the end of the maternity leave was getting closer and closer, and I definitely didn't want to go back to the world of the office. I wanted to be independent. And by independent, I don't mean alone, selfish, but self-determined. So after a year of parental leave, I decided to go self-employed. And I did some training in order to then teach baby and children swimming, to offer EFT in a practice, one to run trade fair operations with groceries, and to set up an online shop for it. I've worked myself and all the time way too much. When I read that again now, I'm amazed how I managed it. And I loved it, my independent life, earned well, but I had very little time, free time. And on the side, I built up another mainstay where I earned a residual income in the health and wellness area. It was a few euros extra money a month, as if by itself. In 2008, I collapsed physically. It just became too much for me, and I reduced myself to one mainstay. And since then, I've become very successful with my own business for an Austrian company. It was instrumental in the European expansion. I was instrumental in the European expansion, had large teams in many European countries, and I was quickly in the highest position in the company. Actually, I never had to work again in my life. We were fine. We were financially free, a life full of time and money. The price for this was, of course, high. I noticed after a while that something was no longer right for me. I needed and wanted to change. And because money isn't everything, I made a new decision, left everything behind and started again. That was a brave step. We had it good and nobody understood why I did it. But I was not already going to tolerate certain things, not for money, not nothing. Now restart, new company, new mission, new expansion. Now I have arrived. I have finally combined everything I've always dreamed of. I value topics like freedom to decide, appreciation, recognition, sustainability, food, vitality, and self-determined work and life. And already now, after such a short time, we are again many women who live exactly the way everyone wants. As the leader of this big team, I know every woman and her story, and I can tell you anyone has a special story, and every woman in this world deserves to live independently and self-determined in financial freedom. My conviction tells me that if you choose something because the heart says yes and not because of money, then it is the right way. I help women in their 40s to build their own successful business anywhere in Europe, from home and online. I offer a step-by-step conception, and you can imagine it like a master copy with which everything goes well in your business. And I also have a guarantee of success in my luggage. Now, you probably understand how clear my decision is and why I care so much about doing meaningful and high quality cooperation. My vision is to increase prosperity, the quality of life, the free time, the health with many women, and to rock with the power of team all over Europe. Let's go Europe. And for this, I will bring you the entire master copy of our business step by step closer, and take topics such as mindset, success, structure, hurdles, win customers, and promote your strengths so that you will lead an extraordinary life. I would be happy if you would send me a personal message. Let's go Europe. Feel comfortable on my side, and let's go Europe. So maybe just rather than saying I would be happy if you sent me a message, it just might be if you feel I can help you in any way whatsoever. If you're ready to begin your own journey, please message me and let's get started. So use something nice and warm and sort of friendly to encourage women to reach out to you. So it's a good story. It's very long. So I'm not saying that that's wrong. It's just whether people will read that much on social media. Social media is a very fast moving platform. And so I can only hope that people do read it, because that's when they get drawn into you and your story. But just keep in mind, it is very, very long. And I'm not going to say to you to cut it, because it's your story. Your story is your story, and that's what draws people in. And you've got your history there, what your passion is, and how you're going to help women with this step-by-step online thing. Structure, mindset, success, hurdles, win customers, and promote your strengths. So to those of you that were listening to that, is it clear to you what Carmela is providing these women? What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's a lot clearer than what it was before. Yeah, admittedly, it's with a bit of difference with it's probably too long for me, but you know, I'm a male, so I tune off pretty easily. But no, it's certainly better, and the Facebook cover is a lot better. The wording is better, so yeah.
So what I'm going to recommend, if people do get this far, see this paragraph here, Carmela? I would bring in the 4 bullet points that you've got in your branding message, put them in there so it's really crystal clear. And for this, I will bring you the entire master copy of your business step by step closer, and take up topics such as, and include the same kind of bullet points. So it's really clear what you're providing people, because at the end of the day, that's what people want. Can she help me? That's beautiful. She's got a great story, but is this for me? Can she help me? So the clearer that you are about what it is that you're providing people, and that's congruent with your branding message, so they're hearing it more than once. They're seeing it in your branding message. They're seeing it in your story. They're hearing it in your welcome video. It just becomes really clear about who you are, what you're about, and how you can help people. So if we can bring in that same kind of language there, so it's really clear about how you can help others, then that might be helpful.
Okay.
So well done.
Thank you.
Now, have you done a welcome video, or were you waiting to see what we were doing with the wording before you did that?
I was waiting for the wording, so today I make the welcome video.
So we're back to this one here. So use this as your structure for your welcome video. Say, you know, hi, I'm Carmela, welcome to my page. I help women in their 40s to build their own business step by step so you can live an extraordinary life. And and then tell you a little bit about your story, and then share with them. So I'm going to help you achieve the same that I have achieved through sharing with you how you can build your own business, you know, from home online. I'm going to teach you business and marketing skills. You're going to learn how to find endless leads and customers for your business, and we are going to grow together in this process. Okay, so you're reiterating what your branding message is. You're just saying it verbally, and try to keep under about 2 minutes. Okay, now what's going to be important for you is if you do go ahead and do a likes campaign and try to get new eyeballs or new women, that your targeting reflects this. So you only want to choose Europe, obviously, no other countries, because that's who you're marketing to. Obviously, you'll change it to women only, and in that 40s age bracket. So if you do go ahead and promote this externally as well as to the people that already know you, then just make sure that your targeting in your ads manager reflects everything that you want. So only women, only in the age bracket that you want, and only in Europe.
Okay.
Okay. So do you have any specific questions regarding
Not yet.
the branding? Okay. Now, what about content for you?
Yeah. What about content for me?
Yeah. So what are you going to put on this page moving forward?
I will teach them the success skills, we have 8 success rules in our company, and I'm going to build some videos up concerning the success rules and how they can build and win customers online, leads online,
Okay,
and
great.
how they do it step by step. But I'm not sure exactly how to manage it. You have ideas?
On which part? How to manage your content generally, or that last comment you made regarding finding leads? Like what specifically are you asking?
How to manage the content generally.
Okay. So are you going live on this page already? Okay.
Yes.
So if we go back to the conversation we had a few days ago, set for yourself some kind of structure regarding going live. Are you doing the video challenge? Okay,
Yes.
so you're covered for the next, and then you're doing it on this page?
I do it on this page, yes.
Okay, so you're covered for the next 21 days anyway with going live. Post that, then work out how many, so is this, refresh my memory, is this a new page or have you already got people here?
I started it in May and I have around 220 people.
Okay, so it's still not a lot of people. Okay, so then 220 people, but hopefully you know it'll grow quickly. But I would probably go live with that amount of people twice a week. 3 if you want to, but with only 200 people there, we've got to balance our activity with the amount of people that are on our page. So if you start doing too much and you don't have the audience for it, you burn out too quickly. It's too much effort for not the reward. I'm sure you would agree if you had thousands of people on your pages, you'd be happy to show up more for them because you want to build those relationships. But when you're just starting out, having all that effort of content and Facebook Lives when no one's really turning up yet because you've only got like 100 or 200 people, it can destroy your confidence. So probably 2 Facebook Lives a week to start with, and stick to those main 4 bullet points that you've mentioned. So we've got to make sure that what we're talking about is congruent with our branding message. When it is, people just start to get to know, oh, that's what Carmela is about. That's what she teaches. She can help me build a business. Oh, here's an interesting video about how I can do that. Oh, she's got a step-by-step process. And she's got this success formula thing that, you know, she's teaching. And so it's all very congruent. So in this day and age on Facebook pages, you only want 1 to 2 posts a day in your newsfeed, not 3 or 4. Because the algorithm can't keep up with it, with the volume. And especially those of you that have got new pages, 1 to 2 posts a day maximum. If you're not using them a lot, just try to remind yourself, you would be with the video challenge, Carmela, but stories, lots of content in your stories that's attached to the page as well as your personal profile. So we have stories features on our business pages and we have them on our personal profile. So you might be doing them on the personal profile for the video challenge, I'm not sure, or whether you're doing them here, but we want some stories on our business pages as well, because they are 2 different stories algorithms, okay? But we want people watching there as well. So 2 Facebook Lives a week. My recommendation to all of you regarding that is choose your days you're going to do that, like we talked about a few days ago, and make that your non-negotiable. So what happened with me with my lives when I went 5 days a week and I picked the same time, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, what appointments I'm making, who I'm hanging out with, what my family's got going on. At 10:30 in the morning, 5 days a week, I'm sitting in this chair. If I've got an appointment to make with a doctor or anyone else or something like that, it happens around that time. If I've got students I need to mentor, my calendar is not open at that time. So treat that as a priority for your Facebook Lives, because this is how you build the know, like, and trust. So pick a day and that's your non-negotiable, and don't let things get in the way. So don't pick a time where you know things will get in the way because you could pick a time, oh, that sounds good. And then the kids or the grandkids or something else interrupts that. And they are sometimes the priority. And then your non-negotiable goes out the window because that is the priority. So try to choose a time that you know things aren't going to interfere with it, and stick with that, each and every one of you. Okay, depending on whether you're doing 1 or 2 or something like that. If you can stick to the same time, I would recommend that the quicker you can get to the same time, great. But if you're just starting your journey and you want to do ones when you're out and about and just keep it a bit flexible, and you're just sort of starting your journey online, it's not a big deal. When you get more serious about it, you get more people there. When you show up more often at the same time, more people will show up with you. So as you grow, you want to get to that point, but I'm not necessarily saying you have to do that in the beginning. Okay. Okay. So X amount of stories per week, 1 or 2, or if you've got a larger audience, 3, 1 to 2 pieces of content a day on your page. Now that comes back to what we spoke about a few days ago, the variety of the content. So it's a really good idea to stick to different modalities, meaning an image, a question, a poll. You might not ask questions and polls if you've got no one there in the beginning yet. Live video, every now and again a recorded video. Maybe if you want a video to go up, but you're away or you've got no internet, or, you know, you're on an airplane. Well, if we can ever fly again, you know, those kind of things. Yeah. It would be nice. I really miss traveling.
Me too.
You know, it's yeah, all the nod of the heads. I really miss traveling. But it is what it is. So times where you know you can't go live, you could have a pre-recorded video going up, but you're not going to get the same organic reach as when you go live. You get about 4 to 5 times more organic reach generally than you do a recorded video. But it's something that still helps show your face and things like that. So we want photos, we want questions if relevant, polls if relevant, like those videos. What I might do, because I want you guys to be able to go back to it. When I download this recording and I upload it into the group, in the description, I'm going to include the Facebook links to those 3 videos I did last week talking about content on my business page. So there are 20 different types of content, the 5 different styles of it, and where to get content inspiration from. So I'll put those 3 videos in there with this recording. So if you need to go back to it, or in a month's time, you're like, I'm so stuck for content. I'm bored with my own page, that you can go back and get some inspiration from that. Okay. So as far as developing the content, hopefully your company has some resources, Carmela, that you can draw from, like you've got your own, resources, but always come back to what your branding message is when you're thinking of content. It's like sometimes, every now and again, it's like, what the hell am I going to talk about next week? But I go back to, so I'm not sure whether I've shared this. I might have, but just to recap, I deliberately opt into give my email addresses to people that I draw information from. So gurus in the network marketing industry, people that are in like teaching social media for home-based business owners, I deliberately go and opt in to something free of theirs. I'll go and find websites. I'll go and find Facebook pages. And so my email's pretty nuts, but it's just a matter of learning to cope with that. I don't read those emails when they come in. I have a little folder on my computer, which is called content creation. So as something comes in from somebody that I follow, I drag it from my inbox to my content creation box. And I do that every day. So I just keep drawing content, even like personal development people, like I love a lot of Kerwin Ray's content for personal development. He's Australian. Mel Robbins from the US, Tony Robbins, things like that. Like their emails come in. It doesn't mean I've got any time to look at it right there and then, but I'll look at the headline. If the headline resonates with me, I pull it into my content creation folder. If it doesn't resonate with me, delete. Okay, but I've got this ready-made folder in my email that is full of content ideas on building a business, on social media, attraction marketing, finding leads online, all that kind of stuff. So that's one way to gather content. The other way is that you research it. So you go to Google or you go to Pinterest, you know, one of those training videos I did last week, and you actually go and search for content. Or there's something you're like, oh, I really want to talk about leadership next week. And you just go and Google leadership. So that's obviously something you can spend some time blocking. I'm just going to research content. The other thing I do on my phone is I've got 2 things I do on my phone. When I'm scrolling Facebook and something stops my scroll in my area that I think, oh, what's that? Or that's relevant to me, or is there an update on Facebook or whatever it is, I click the 3 buttons and I save it. And I've got folders. Do you guys know how to set up collections, folders? Yeah, so you click the 3 buttons on a post. It could even be a Facebook ad for something, but just the wording caught my eye and it's like, oh, that's really cool copywriting. You know, for health and wellness people, like, you know, Janine, you might see an awesome recipe or some amazing tips that somebody's giving about sleep or movement or flexibility or something like that. So you click the 3 buttons and you go to save, and it's going to ask you, it pulls up a screen saying, where do you want to save it? And you can create your own folders. So I have folders with gurus' names. I have a folder in here called content creation as well. So it doesn't mean I'm going to absorb it or read it right there, but I save it and then I save it to a folder. So I can come back to my saved content on Facebook and it's full of ideas from other people. So that's one thing. The other thing I do, which saves me a little bit, is I use the notes section in my phone. And I've got lots of notes sections, but I have one titled Facebook Live Ideas. That's the heading. And if I see something that catches my eye, or I'm reading a book or an article or listening to something on Audible and it's like, oh, that'd be great for my audience, that would be great to talk about, I quickly go to my notes section and I write down, so it's called Facebook Live Ideas. It could be content creation ideas, whatever you want to call it. And I'll write down Facebook post, 20th of August, 21st of August, whatever it is, Tony Robbins and the topic. And then I might see something else and I'm out and about and it's like, oh, that'd be a really good thing to talk about next week. And I think, I'll remember that. Do you think I do? It's like, what's that great idea I thought about, 2 hours ago that I've already forgotten? I'll go to my notes section and just write it down and get it out of my head. Because do you know how many times I've gone back to my notes section and it says something and it's like, where the hell was that from? Who was it from? So I put something down going, yeah, that's a great topic, Helen, but who did it come from? Did I see it on email or Facebook or where? So I do have to put detail in it, and I often put the date. So if it was in my email or something like that, like I'll go, it might be Kerwin Rae, inspiration, 20th of August or something like that. So I know where to go back and look from it. So it's awesome to have headings, but unless you know whether to go back and find the content that inspired you, it can get very frustrating. Going, that would be awesome to talk about, but I can't remember the article that I was reading. Okay. So I do find between the email content creation folder, researching stuff on my own on Google or Pinterest or whatever, and having the notes section on my phone and my Facebook saved areas, we are never out of content, any of us, in whatever topic that you want to talk about. And as you get more experience, I often create my own trainings now, like through my own experiences. Some of you will have story-based content, like all the things that, you want to share about your health and wellness journey, Christine. And, Janine, I know you've got product stories and stuff like that, like things that you've experienced, that's all part of your story and part of your content creation. But the main thing that helps me with content creation is time blocking. So what I mean by that is just setting aside time to just create content. Just think about what you're going to do for your Facebook Lives for the following week. Scheduling posts in advance, so there's always something going up on your page. Like the more planning you do with the content, the better quality it's going to be and the more organized you're going to be. Otherwise, if you don't have that kind of structure for your content creation, 3 weeks will go by and you've not done a live video, or a couple of days have gone past and there's nothing gone up on your page, or you just end up posting crap content just to get something up there because you're not putting any thought to what it is you're putting out there. You just think, oh, I haven't posted on my page for 3 days. I better whack something up. That's generally what happens. Yet the content is what draws people in to engage and interact with you. The better quality your content. So I spend a lot of time, more than a lot of people in the online world, creating content for my Facebook Lives 5 days a week. But the reason I do that is because I just don't want to talk for the sake of talking. Not all of my content is going to resonate with everybody every day. That's impossible. I can't please everybody. But I'm trying to always bring something that's interesting or helpful for people to build their business on social media. So I put a lot of effort into that. And obviously I've got the audience and the community that turn up to listen to it. So I treat my audience like I appreciate my audience, and I really want to give them good content. So if you want to stand out on social media, that's one of your key things. It's not only having an awareness of what your brand is to start with, it's about bringing really good content, being really real and authentic in your Facebook Lives and getting people to know, like, and trust you, having some good stories in your, like, content in your stories as well. Because stories, when they react to it, it's straight in your messenger inbox. So you can turn somebody from the cold market to the warm market if they hit your messenger inbox. Now you can start a conversation. You could say on your page, you could build on the stories, say, watch my stories this week. I'm doing behind the scenes on what I'm working on my page. I follow behind the scenes of what I'm working on my website, or, whatever, and share a little bit of a journey on your stories and tell people on your page to go and watch your stories. Like, all that kind of multi-purpose stuff. Now, the other thing with pages is that you have Creator Studio. So do not be afraid to recycle your content. Okay? So especially if there's content that was really popular. So let me give you an example of that. If I go to here, this is what Zach does for me with my quotes on particularly my Healthy Living page. So rather than using my Helen Martin page, I'll, so this might be, maybe not now when you're first starting, but in a few months' time. Remember how I'll go to this one. Remember how the algorithm works. You're only getting to 5 to 10% of people on your page. So as you grow, the new people wouldn't have seen your old content anyway, okay? The other thing is only a proportion of the people that it is sending it to would have seen it. So don't be afraid to recycle content. So I'll go to Creator Studio, because this is where it shows me all my previous content. I'll go to the content library. I'll go to filters. No, sorry, time. And I'll go back in time. I didn't start this page back in 2009, but I could go, let's go to, this page has been going for a while.
Are you meant to be sharing the screen with us, Helen, or you can't?
I am screen sharing, aren't I?
No, not that I see. Maybe you aren't.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Must be me.
I think it's the iPad thing.
Is it? Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, I am sharing the screen, so you'll catch it.
Okay, well, I know how to get there. Okay, it's all right.
Okay. So I'm just going to go back to, because I know this page has been running that long, I'm going to go to the 1st of April to the 30th of April, and I'm just going to go back to the content from that time frame. So it's going to pull up for me what I contented, great English, what content I put up in that time frame. Okay, this will load it for me in a minute. Now, when I actually, so this just gives me the results of it, but when I actually double click on it, it actually gives me the post. Oh, I could so do with that right now. How good does that look? Crusty Parmesan herb zucchini bites. Yum. So literally, and seriously, guys, I set up Zach doing this. I set this up for him, and then I come and open this is one of my little tricks, guys. I come back to my business page. I open up my page again. So I've got my Creator Studio open at a point in time from over 2 years ago. So you could do this 3 months ahead of time or 6 months ahead of time once you get more content. Okay. So I've got my Creator Studio open, and I've got my Healthy Living page open. So all he does, right clicks on the image, copied the image. Then we paste it. We go back to Creator Studio. So I've got my page open twice. You following along? I come here and I copy that, literally just copy. I come back to my page. I press paste. And what Zach would do, so I'm just going to share this now. So that's just posted on my page now. But what Zach would do would schedule that in advance. So I go back to really old content. Now this is suitable to this type of page. So you have to obviously go through your Creator Studio and look at what it is that you posted. But if you've got general tips, great ideas, a really cool image and stuff like that that you can recycle, put your page up twice, go back to your Creator Studio, look back the last few months, and so I can go back here and just this button here, I can go, okay, that's not appropriate. Don't want to share that. Oh, nice shrimp recipe. Yeah, I'll share that. No, I don't want to share that. So you can pick up the things that are relevant to reshare or not reshare. You can do that with quotes on your business pages. Like if you've got inspirational quotes, just go back previous time, do this and recycle your own content. You don't always have to come up with original content. Okay? So I'm just giving you some ideas here to recycle content as well. If you think you need to come up with fresh content every single day of the year, you might have some themed content. It might be Mother's Day, it might be Father's Day, it might be Christmas time. Go back to your Creator Studio from a year ago when obviously take this into consideration if you've got a brand new page and you don't have that history. Yeah, but go and recycle. Who would remember what you posted 12 months ago? No one. So if you've got some, Christmas recipes or quotes or something that's still relevant today, go and recycle it. So content creation doesn't always have to be original. Okay. So I hope that helps you somewhere in the future to reuse, and Betty Floyd has already liked it. Good on you, Betty. Betty likes my photo.
That helps a lot, Helen. And I have one more question. Should I put the word network marketing in my story about me section? Because I didn't.
No.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah, especially if you're going to advertise anywhere along the line. It's safer to not have it, because if you put any dollars behind anything, if you boost any posts, even a likes campaign, if it's got the word network marketing like blatantly in it, and they bring up that error message, we don't promote MLM, you've got nowhere to move with that because you've got network marketing written, somewhere on your page. So I use the word home-based business because of that reason. But it is just as bad in an ad. If somebody writes home-based business, it's pretty much headed for a straight disapproval. But I've still got it in my branding. I still say it. I do say network marketing in my lives. But where you have to be really, really careful is when you put advertising dollars behind something. But just to be safer, I would try to say everything around it that people know you're talking about network marketing without saying it. So it's a good question.
Okay, thank you.
I just think they're going to get tighter. It's already in their policies written there that they don't like MLM, anything to do with MLM, anything to do with making money from home. So, there's a lot of things that people get away with organically, like even like before and after shots. That's headed straight for a disapproval when you advertise it, but they're everywhere on Facebook. There are so many people doing before and after shots, you know, and they work well organically. But as soon, if somebody tried to boost and put some advertising dollars behind a before and after, disapproved, maybe even shut down straight away. So there's a lot of things people get away with organically that if they go to put advertising dollars behind it, they can't. So even if they're slightly related, it's better to play it safe when you've got a newer page. There will be people that you see that talk about network marketing blatantly, but they may have really, really seasoned Facebook accounts, ads manager account. They could be putting thousands of dollars in ads, you know, every day. So they can tend to get away with things. My likes campaign still has the word network marketing in it, but I've been running it forever. I'm just waiting for the day that it gets disapproved. But I still actually have the words network marketing in my likes campaign, and I'm not sure how, other than the fact that it's been running for a long time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would always recommend to somebody who's newer, like only a couple of hundred people on the page, to not put yourself in that firing line. Okay, good question. All right, so the conversation that we've just had about content creation, different forms of content, doing Facebook Live, time blocking, and the recycling of content, does that give you enough to work with to move forward, Carmela?
Definitely, definitely. I made already, we call it Redaktionsplan in German. I set up a plan when to schedule what and
Right.
how to bring up my content and work on it now online, because we are going to a time here in Europe where we have to be at home a few weeks again. And so we start to improve our online skills, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just the perfect time to...
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big possibility, and I made a plan. I made my content, and I try to figure out when do I bring up what. Yeah, and then I start.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who mentioned it a couple of days ago. Maybe Rachel. I can't remember who it was, but about themed days with content, or maybe it was a totally different group. I don't
Motivation
know.
Monday.
Yeah,
middle of the week, Wednesday.
Yeah. So if you need that structure in the beginning because you're not quite sure what you're going to post when, and you haven't found your feet, your brand yet, because you're just starting this journey, theme things to give yourself that dedicated structure that happens for you, and people know what to expect from you. So the themed days is a really good idea in the beginning of a page. You can always ditch it later when you've got, you know, lots of things to talk about. But, you know, Motivation Monday, or Wednesdays wins, Thursdays throwbacks, you know, Fridays frolicking, I don't know, you know, Saturdays whatever, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it just helps you create content because you know what you're working towards, and that can help you be organized in the beginning. The more organized you are with your content, the more successful you're going to be. It's probably one of the biggest downfalls I see with working with students that are building businesses online, and I get all the excuses under the sun. Oh, I was busy, or my mother-in-law visited, or you know, there's always an excuse, and so their content slides. So, you know, we say, right, okay, 2 Facebook Lives a week. Yep, okay, how many did you do in the last month? Probably about 3 in total. What was the reason for that? Oh, I got busy, or this or that. There's always an excuse. So unless you set your non-negotiables and it's actually like you're planning out your content really well, it does tend to slide. But this is what helps you build your brand, and it's all about an audience. If you don't have an audience, you can't grow your business. You always want new faces and new people coming to your page that don't know you to fall in love with you, because they're all potential leads and potential customers. Okay, awesome, Carmela. So just remember with the group, I mean, this is the end of the live calls, but it's not the end of the group. You're still welcome to post things in the group, tag me in it. If I don't see something, like I actually missed your story I didn't see that until this morning, that you had it posted in the group. So if you don't get an answer from me within about 24 hours, tag me again in the comments section, because I've got a lot of groups and a lot of notifications, and I just might miss it. It might not be brought to my attention, so I can miss things. So if you want my opinion on something, just tag me again and again and again. I don't normally take that long to see things, but if I happen to miss something, it might mean that I miss it forever. So just tag me again. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's a good start, and it will change on the way going anyway. So it will grow.
Yeah. And that's the thing about branding. Don't think that what we're doing here is what is you're going to have to continue with. You can, brands evolve. Your bullet points might evolve. There might be one area that you teach that you become an expert in, and that's what you decide to focus on. So your brand might evolve to be a specialist in a particular area. And that's a really good thing, to create an audience in one particular area rather than, quite a broad area. So don't be afraid to let your brand evolve, and your audience and your tribe will help you work that out as well, because you'll find out what people want to listen to and what they don't. So they'll help you work that out over time. You've just got to give it time. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well done. Okay. So I'm going to go to, oops, why can't I type in there? Actually, no, I'm going to go back to the group. No, I think yours was the only link in there. So I haven't got all your faces on the screen.
I just had some questions underneath your thing.
Oh, which thing?
Where she put her link at.
Okay. I'm just going back to the group now. So was that under this post here?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. I liked my own post. Okay, so it must be somewhere else. Where did you put it?
I was just curious. I don't know why my stuff didn't show up in there. Do you put, should I put a question at the end of my video? I didn't have one in there. You never really said anything. Like my welcome video. I just kind of end. Do you do like a call to action, or you just leave it go?
So when you say a question, what would that be?
Like, message me if you want more info, or do you put, join the group? I mean,
yeah, okay. So let's have it
like, oh, that's my story. I'm done.
Yeah, so that's a good question. What I would recommend, and because you're in EMP, what I would recommend you do in the description of your video that's pinned to the top of your page. You're talking about your welcome video? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have welcome to my page written up there. And then you say, please accept my free gift. And you have an external link to the 10-day bootcamp with your affiliate link on it. So it's there 100% of the time. Okay. So when you're doing your welcome video, saying this is me, I'm Rachel, this is a bit of my history, like what we talked about in the last call regarding your welcome video, and the benefits of what you're going to provide on that page. And then you can finish off with, so to get you started on your journey of learning how to attract people to you instead of chasing your family and friends, please accept my free gift, which is in the description of the video. It's a free 10-day training which can help get you started on learning how to attract people to you. So the call to action is for them to go and click on something that's stuck there permanently. Okay. Now the good thing of doing that is because you're going to get their email address. So you're going to start building your list organically. That's not paid. It's stuck. It's a pinned post. So if anybody that comes to your page clicks on it, then you're getting leads organically. That's a really good thing. It also helps provide more value to that person. So they're coming to your page and you've got a free training, which is great training, and you're the person that provided it. So it helps you help that person because you've got something to, offer for free. Now, for those of you in other areas, there's 2 boot camps in the coaching community where I go through in depth how you can create your own lead magnet. So it's where you can create your own PDF. Christine, you might come up with a PDF which has got 10 ways to reduce pain without, something or other. As far as headlines go, if you can come up with a headline that says do this without that, just remember that, like do this without that. So something like lose weight without being a slave to the gym, that kind of thing. Lose weight without, having to diet, like you're actually teaching people how to eat properly, that kind of thing. So that's a good headline for a lead magnet. Now, I've got a lead magnet bootcamp in the coaching community and an email marketing one. So you can, those of you that don't have anything to offer for free to get an email from someone, those boot camps teach you how to do that. So Rachel's already got resources available to her that she can utilize and build that email address. But it is a good idea, guys, to have freebies and build an email list and just create, 10 tips to, so what could Janine do? What do you, energy would be a good one. 10 tips to increase, 10's a lot. 5 tips to increase your energy without the need for caffeine, or I don't know. But if you can learn how to create your own things and have them available, some of them you might want to have the ability to opt in and get their email address. If you're not at that stage, just get them into your messenger. Just say something like, I've got a free PDF with X amount of tips on XYZ. Just shoot me a message in Messenger. The blue button is above that sends message, or have your m.me link. Just say, I'll put my Messenger link in the comments section below after I've finished this video, and then just quickly go and put it in. And just shoot me a message saying PDF. Like, make it really simple. Okay, shoot me a message in Messenger saying PDF, and I'll attach that PDF for you. Now they're in your Messenger on your business page. They're not in your personal Messenger. They're in your Messenger on your business page. You don't have to worry about email marketing if you're not at that point yet. And you've provided a good resource, but then you can follow up with them and say, how did you go with that information? How's your energy levels going? So one of the reasons, so that's a really good thing to do. Ask for people to put just one word in their messenger. Don't leave it open-ended with something like, just send me a message in the messenger that you want the PDF. Just ask them to put one word down because it's so simple. Make it idiot-proof for people to connect with you. If you make it too complicated, they won't push the button. But if they can push the button, put the word PDF, it's really simple for somebody to do. So one of the reasons, Rachel, going back to your original question, should you ask them to contact you? On a welcome video when people don't know you yet, I've rarely seen that work. So when somebody includes in their welcome message, make sure you say hello in the comment section below. Let me know what you need help with. Let's communicate. Send me put something in the comment section. People just don't, because they don't want to be seen right there. They don't know who you are yet. It very rarely works putting that a call to action. So that's why I'd recommend just direct them to a free training, a free PDF, or, something like that. So you're a bit of a hero because you're providing something and asking for nothing. You're not asking for them to put their hand in their pocket or anything like that. So does that help, Rachel, answer that question for you?
Yes.
Yeah. So did you have other questions?
And you mentioned the likes campaign. Will you look at them or no?
Have you done one?
Yeah, I have one running.
Okay. Have you got to 3,000 reach yet?
Nope.
Okay. So there's no point in me looking. But
Okay.
What I would offer to you, Rachel, is when you get to 3,000, go into your ads manager, take a photograph of your ad, your wording, your photo, take a photograph of your cost per like and your audience. Go into your audience, take a photo of what the audience is. put that all in the group. Tag me and say, Helen, can you have a look at my likes campaign? Because what I need to see is your image, your words that you put at the top of it. I need to see the audience that you put together, including the size of your audience, which when you're in Ads Manager, where you want to find that is the little picture of the graph. It's a half moon circle. It's red and green, and it points whether it says your audience is broad or not, and there's a number underneath it. Now, there are numbers in other parts of the Ads Manager, but that's where I want you to take the number. Underneath the little half circle, it'll say potential reach. What you're looking for is somewhere between 1 million and 2 million people. So I need to see that. I need to see who you chose for your interests. And then as far as your results go, in your Ads Manager, it says cost per like. As many, just take pictures of everything. Whether I need it or not, the more I've got, the better I can critique it for you. So that's great that you've got one running. Happy to review it for you. We need to wait till you get to 3,000 reach and then put all the photographs in the group, and then I'll review it for you.
By 3,000 reach, do you mean that's how many likes you got, or that's just how many people they've showed it to?
Yeah, it actually has a column in your Ads Manager that says reach. So
yeah, I guess I get so confused when I'm looking at stuff. I don't even know how to know.
Yeah, so just look at the column that says, reach. Or if you just
Actually, my reach is 15,000.
How much?
15,000.
I thought you said it hadn't reached 3,000.
No, I thought that meant how many likes.
Okay, so no, we can have a look at it. So it might be helpful to the others that don't know much about Likes campaign if we have a look at it, so we can just where you're looking and all the rest of it. So can you share your screen? Do you know how to share your screen on Zoom?
Yeah, I think so. Just push the button, right?
Yep, share your screen. Just make sure you've got your Ads Manager open. So you will need to go to your actual Ads Manager. Look how many tabs you've got open, girl.
I know. Because once I delete them, I forget what I was in. I'm not sure exactly what you want me to go in.
No, you're there. You're in your Ads Manager. But,
Listing?
yeah.
Okay.
But there's nothing there.
I know. I can never figure that out. But here's my ad. I don't know why it doesn't show up in there. Because when when I was watching your video, I didn't understand it either.
Okay, so this is not your Ads Manager. This is your Ads Center, and we don't take any data from this screen.
Okay, but how do I get this into my thing then?
Well, this comes from the ad that's running. So how your Ads Manager is empty makes no sense whatsoever. So it says it's active. So it must be, go back to your Ads Manager.
Is she running the ad on a personal profile, or not personal profile, but on a personal account?
Yeah, I'm just trying to trigger through her account. So can you see up the top left-hand corner, there's a little arrow that says Rachel's account. Is there anything else in there? Okay, so go to the top one. Okay, there it is. So you're just not looking in the right account. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, now that's probably your personal ad account, and you've probably just pull down.
I'm not running it on my business page.
Well, pull down the black arrow again. Rachel's marketing. Okay, so can you see the top one says your personal account, and the one underneath it says Rachel's marketing business. So this is running on your personal ad account, which I don't recommend people do, because if something goes wrong, you could lose your personal Facebook ad account.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was doing that.
Yeah, and your personal profile could get shut down, which means then everything's compromised, because everything runs off our personal profile when we create things. Okay, so moving forward, any future advertising that you do, Rachel, you want to pick it up from the one below. So you want to make sure that you go into that arrow you change it to the one below, because you want to see, you want eventually when you get to this stage, you want the pixel activated on your marketing business one, not your personal account. Okay, so let's work with what we've got, but anything that you create moving forward that's new, you want to use the other account.
So I have to stop this and start
Well, you're not going to lose the likes, but let me have a look at it, because it may need changing anyway. So
Okay.
if it does, then I would change the account and create a new one under the new account. Okay. So your reach is actually 6,800.
Okay.
Okay. So this is why we don't want you looking in that ads center, because it gives you a skewed impression of what's going on. We want you to get familiar with looking at ads manager. So guys, can you see that column that says reach 6,802? So this is the column that we're waiting to get to 3,000. The reason why we wait to get to 3,000 is so that we have enough statistical data to evaluate what's going on. If it's under that, we can make decisions on our ads that aren't validated, because we really don't have enough statistical data to really make an educated decision. But it was like, oh, it costs too much, too expensive, I'm going to turn it off, but it only reached 1,000 people. So you can't make a decision on that. There's not enough statistical data. So Rachel's got over twice what we're looking for. So we can easily evaluate this right now, because she's got a reach of 6,800. Okay, so Rachel's had 131 likes from her likes campaign. And
Do I need to change the time frame?
Oh,
This is what I'm looking at, August.
Okay. So yep, pull it down and go lifetime.
Can you just click something to say that?
No. I want to see the lifetime.
Oh, right here. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so that's where you got, that's where the 15 was from the other side. Okay, so Rachel's had this ad running for a long time, over 15,000. Have you ever had this looked at?
No.
No. So this is what
I said, I'm kind of confused on all of it.
Yeah, no, and that's okay. But this is where you don't want to muck around with Facebook advertising and let things run too long when you've gone past the 3,000 reach. So ideally, so that's not unusual what Rachel's done, to just leave things running because you're a bit confused. Whose hand is in there? One of
My
your
husband.
Oh, your husband. Hello,
He
husband.
just got home.
So ideally, we wouldn't want to get to 15,000 reach without having some kind of opinion of what's going on with the ad, because I don't know yet, but Rachel could have wasted her money. So this is what we'll find out. So it's active. She's got $5 a day. She's got 592 likes. So majority of your, how many is on your page altogether? It was
600 something.
Yeah, so majority of her likes are coming from this likes campaign. Now, I hope when I look at this likes campaign that it's going to have some good wording on it, a great audience on it, and a good image on it. So the 592 people that she's paid to be on that page are in her target audience and target market. So that's what we'll assess in a minute. So she's paying 58 cents per page like. Can you see that where it says cost per result? That's the column that you're looking at to know how much you're paying every time somebody clicks the like button. So 58 cents is actually quite good for this kind of industry. So Christine and Janine and even Carmela, if you did a likes campaign on, oh no, not Carmela, she's still business, but Rachel and, Janine and Christine, let's say you did a likes campaign more for the health side of it. So you wanted to go and find target market for people that are interested in health and wellness, then your interests are going to be completely different to Rachel's, because Rachel's targeting network marketers, okay? So you might target, who's some names that you would follow in health and wellness? Now, one that I would pick out, but I think she's too large, is someone like Jillian Michaels. Do you know who I say when I say Jillian Michaels? But I reckon she's got multiple millions in her audience, which, whether they're all relevant or not. So that's for a different discussion, Christine and Janine, if you get to that point, but it would be a different audience to what we're looking at here. So what we want to know is whether this 58 cents that she's paying per like is a good audience. So what we're going to do, Rachel, is see the blue writing of, go underneath and click edit. Okay. Now, see where it's highlighted in blue on the left? So move your, yeah, can you go down one?
This.
Click on that one. Okay. Oh. Okay. Issue number 1. Do you remember that graph of how many people you want to put your ad in front of?
It's way too big.
And I said 1 to 2 million. You're putting this ad in front of 61 million people. So something's off with your targeting. So let's dig a little deeper. Keep scrolling down. So there's issue number 1. So let me see how you're getting this 61 million. Okay, so stop there. So we've only got Canada and US, but that's okay. Depending who you want to market to, you might only want your country. Like there's no use of Carmela going outside, anything Europe based, because that's who she's helping. I choose Australia, US, Canada, UK, and New Zealand, because I don't care. It doesn't matter in my business, but you might stick to just, your country. Okay. So she's got Canada and US, so there's nothing wrong with that. 25 to 55, that's okay. Targeting women, because you've got the mum branding. So that absolutely makes sense. Okay. Now, this is where we get our 61 million from. So you've got interest.
Clueless when I was filling that out. I'm not going to lie.
Sorry?
But I was clueless when I was filling that out.
Okay. So this is the reason. And honestly, Rachel, you're not alone, so don't feel bad. There's lots of people in the same situation as yourself. The problem is that you've let it run for 15,000 when we should have caught it at 3,000. So that's the problem when you keep things running and you're paying for it, because you're paying for potentially almost 600 people that are not in your target market. So that's going to let down your engagement and interaction. So let's have a look. Motherhood, I would lose. Internet network marketing, I would lose. Clean living, I would lose. Ray Higdon, I would keep. Parenting, I would lose. Physical fitness, I would lose. Childcare, I would lose. Family, I would lose. Eric Worre, I would keep. Home business, I would lose. Friendship, I would lose. MLM leads, I would lose. Parents, I would lose. So you got 2 there out of all of them that are not in your target market.
Correct.
Okay.
And I was really confused on what, exactly I was branding to too when I did this.
Yeah. So are you a VIP in EMP?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what I recommend you do is I do the VIP traffic webinars, reviewing Facebook ads once a week. And it doesn't even have to be mine. There are 3 VIP traffic webinars every single week, and all those recordings are in the files section of the VIP group. I recommend that you go and watch the recordings of some of those webinars and fast forward until you get to somebody's audience. You don't need to create this by yourself, Rachel. There are awesome people in that community that have got amazing audiences. So you could just listen to one of those webinars, get to the point of showing their screen like this, and then you'll hear one of us mentors say, that's an awesome audience, or, oh, I'd take that person out of your audience. But you can basically glean from other students by watching those recordings and fix this up. Okay. Now, what we recommend in what you're doing is the gurus. So Ray, Eric, Sarah Robbins is a good one. Matt Morris is a good one. Todd Falcone is a good one. So that's about the main ones. And then we put a whole lot of employers' names.
Employers, like network marketing businesses, or what do you mean?
Yeah. So when somebody says to Facebook, I'm like on their personal profile, they say to Facebook, I'm employed by Amway. They're basically saying I'm in the business of Amway. I'm employed by Amway. So you can have a whole list of network marketing companies as employers, and they will go and find the people on Facebook that have told Facebook they're employed by a company. So they're a much more highly targeted audience.
I like, now that you say that, I remember watching some of them and all them being listed.
Yeah, so I mean, you could easily get on one of those webinars yourself and get this looked at. I mean, I'm basically doing it for you, so you don't need to do that. But if you watched the recordings, so when you go to the files section in the VIP group, there is a file called Traffic Webinar Replays.
Okay.
And watch any one of those recordings, and just listen enough to go to hear the mentor say, "Oh, that's an awesome audience," or "Oh, we need to fix up your audience," so you know you're drawing from the right one. But you need to get that down to about 1 to 2 million, and it needs to be much more targeted. So I would, if this was me, I would turn this off. This is not doing you any favors. This will, but you've only got 600 people there. So, you know, hopefully in that mix, there's people there that are engaging with you, but I would turn it off. I would go to your other ad account, you know, the two of them, your marketing account, and start a new likes campaign in that ad account. Now, this is only your targeting. What does it even say? Go to the third. So, yep, go to the third one. So if you're new to advertising, see the 3 tiers that in the blue. The first one is the campaign. The second row is all the targeting, like the age, men, women, all the rest of it. The third one is now our ad. So it's the campaign, the ad set, and then the ad. That's how it works in Ads Manager. It's layered that way. Okay. So
right here.
Yeah, you can do it there.
Okay.
You do it when you go back to the campaign as well. Connect with like-minded, does that say mums?
Moms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Connect with like-minded mums for daily inspiration, hot tips on how to grow your business. Okay. So there's no kind of language there that's talking to a network marketer. So that could be in any business, in any industry in those countries. Okay. So you want words like, which with what you're trying to attract, you know, something like how to find leads and prospects online to build your team, that kind of wording. Okay. So I would say majority of the people that you've paid for this likes campaign, they could just be interested in business. So yeah, they might not be quality people, but better late than never.
I was kind of noticing that, but
okay.
Like I said, I was just so confused.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope this brings you some clarity. Now, I think that's a great picture. I like it, but I wouldn't use it again. I'd see if you've got another one similar. I don't know if you have, because people resonate with images before our words. So the fact that you've had this go out to 15,000 odd, you know, it's reached a lot of people. Even if you change the words, people may not pick up on it if they see the same image. Okay. So the same image might actually appear to people, I've seen this before, and they don't even read the words. So you want to start again. So change the words, but I'd also change the image, and I'd also change the audience. So we're basically starting again.
Yep.
Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah, but I'm glad you brought this to the table and that we had a look, because one, we're saving you to waste more money. And hopefully to those of you guys listening and watching, it's just giving you a bit more insight and depth as to how likes campaigns work, and the things that you need to sort of watch out for. So, you know, so the way Rachel and Rick would be the same with sort of likes campaigns. Even Carmela to some degree, because you're going the business thing, you might want to choose to put the word women in there in yours. But for, you know, Christine and Janine, it might be something like, you know, tips and strategies to, what's Janine's, something vitality and gain energy and whatever. I mean, Christine, you've got a few titles to draw from. Just be really careful in the health and wellness industry, because not to use, as you guys would know from being in the industry yourself, but not to use any names or like labels of illnesses or anything like that. It's just general, you know, health and well-being would be safer words than, you know, anxiety or things like, you can't use words like that because you get shut down for those kind of things. So we just have to be a little bit careful with health and wellness type stuff as well, but they'll be so much cheaper. I think I mentioned to you guys before, like the likes campaign I had on my health page, I haven't had one running for a long time now, but I think they were costing me about 20 or 30 cents. Because it's just so much easier for people to click like on something about health and wellness than it is about, you know, business. So it is a very cheap way to get highly targeted people to your page in the health and wellness sector. So Rachel, does that give you some clarity?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so the dark gray button, click the arrow at the top and collapse that. Okay, and toggle that blue, go back to campaign. No, we're going to go back to the campaign level. So you've got ads, ad set, and campaign in the headings, the tabs at the top.
Oh.
Click on campaign. So that's the ad set. So click on the campaign. That's where you want to turn it off. Okay, so just to explain again, we have a campaign, we have the ad set, which is our audience, and we have the ad itself, which has got our image and our words. So when you want to turn something off, you want to turn it, and it like off, I do not want this to appear anyway, turn it off at the campaign level, which you've just done.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
So now what you would do next is pull down that black arrow, chain up the top, change the account. And when you create, now you're going to push the green button, create a new likes campaign in this account. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So you've still got to do your welcome video again, haven't you?
Yeah, I haven't redone it yet.
Yeah. But your branding message was okay. And did you pick up enough from what we were talking about with Carmela regarding content creation for your page, knowing that you can draw on what we spoke about 2 days ago with EMP blogs and Daily Dose of Awesomes and those kind of things?
Yes, I feel like I'm good to go.
Awesome. Well done, Rachel.
Thank you for everything.
No worries. Okay. So I'm going to stop your sharing so I can get back to this.
Can I go next at all? Because I've got to drive soon.
Do you? You don't
Yeah.
deserve to
I
go.
know I don't have any power anymore.
No. Now, this is your last version, so I will indulge reluctantly. Okay. So we've gone through a couple of versions of this. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this in the group. This is Rick's last version. So we've fine-tuned to, it looks a lot crisper. I just wasn't a big fan of the spacey type look.
Yeah, I understand. I know I couldn't get the words to pump out on it either. And if you see on my webpage, they're the colours I've got on my webpage as well. So it'll, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
you definitely want to keep that kind of consistency.
Yeah.
So we've got your name quite clearly, launching marketers online. So that could be a little bit vague, but we're backing that up with our bullet points because we're putting discovering how to find leads and prospects online to build a team. So that's that would be, has Rachel already disappeared? That's a shame because that would be great wording for a likes campaign. To discover how to find leads and prospects online to build a team would be good wording for a likes campaign.
So I'm going to separate, I think it was Laurie who mentions it. I'm going to put another line in and separate those two bullet points because sort of just to show that there is two different things. So anyway, that's okay.
Yeah, you could do that because it sort of reads like a paragraph. Attract quality people with social media strategies and tips. So we know you're talking to marketers, so it's still it's not really clear. Like marketers could mean anyone, but we are backing that up by saying leads and prospects online by building a team and quality people with social media strategies and tips. So I would use the opportunity in a welcome video to clarify, provide the clarity around what kind of marketers.
Okay. It's probably, you just don't want to put like network marketing, that's the main thing.
Yeah,
so.
I know. I mean, it'd be better if it said launching network marketers online. I mean, it would be simple. It'd be exactly what you want to say.
I know.
One
day Facebook might actually get behind these businesses and go, well, hang on a minute, what the hell were we picking on them for?
Yeah, I know. I think where it comes from my understanding, is because a lot of people have done it really wrong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ads that are hidden and there's a lot of complaints. So Facebook's all about the consumer experience.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that have been pissed off by network marketers that it causes a negative experience. So anything that causes a negative experience, Facebook's crack down on.
Yep.
So unfortunately, it's just a lot of rogue people that spoil it for the rest of us.
Yep.
But anyway,
So I'll get in some photos done. I'll put a decent photo up. I'll redo my welcome video a little bit. It's not too bad at the moment, but it just needs to be more streamlined. And with the I've looked on my page where you put in your story.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see where I put that in.
Do you not have the feature?
I don't think I have.
Okay, well,
Does that mean I've set up the page wrong or something, or what?
No, not necessarily. You may not have the feature for some reason. And it may be possible when they do force us all to go to the new format, that might not be part of it.
I searched it yesterday for 1 hour and changed to the old version on my computer, and then I saw it again and could write my story.
So you were in the new version? Yeah, okay. So don't stress too much about it, Rick, because we may be forced.
I've got a massive story to tell though, Helen. None of it's true, but it's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you've got a massive story to tell, and you can tell it in other ways, Rick. So if you don't have it, you don't have it. Don't stress too much about it because the format's going to be changed anyway. If that happens and we all get forced into that, well, we will all get forced into the new format, and you don't see the story feature anymore, like it drops off, then I would encourage you to reuse what you've put in a long story form post page, to continue to tell that story, because there's always going to be new people coming to your page. So you could reuse that story and recycle that story. For those of you that are new to my page, if you'd like to know a little bit more about me and still use it, because the more people can get to know you and the fact that you're a real person and what your passions are and what's happened in your life, you never know who's going to scroll past that and actually take the time to read. So don't, if we do lose it with a new format, don't think your energy that those of you that have done it has gone to waste. I would actually repurpose it actually on your page as a post every now and again. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So, put a bit of a space or something in between the bullet points. You're going to change your photograph. Your colors are congruent with your website, which is good. You've still got to change the welcome video. And how are you sitting with the whole content creation?
Yeah, it's funny. The last half an hour, certainly on that likes campaign and stuff. It's given me a better, because I have to shift my focus a bit more towards the business now, right? So, look, I have 4,500 people on my page, but I'm sure there's a lot of junk there. I do get interaction. I do get a lot of, but I've done a lot of lives for a fair while now, and sort of gradually moving more and more. But I've I suppose gone through a bit more training and scheduling posts, getting that organised. I'll get to a stage now where I was doing lives, intermittently, right? So structuring a time now, so that's good to know. It's just getting that discipline in place. And then really I've done a lot of ads, like all different types, different things, and I'm with the MP, so I do need to get some traffic ads reviewed and that sort of stuff. But a lot of it was hit and miss to start with, but now I'm sort of saying, well, okay, here's I've got to get the right audiences, and what you just said to just about reviewing those old videos in EMP will be really helpful. So because you can run ads, but if you've never been trained properly, like if you've never really taken much notice of audiences and ad copy and whatever, it's actually a waste of money. It's just it is.
If you put them up and you're not getting, good results and you're not getting leads from them, then you might as well just take money away. So it is something you do want to get on those reviews. There's 3 VIP traffic reviews every single week, so there should be something that's suitable to, well, in your time frame, it would be the Wednesday morning one at
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So definitely. Do you have a likes campaign running on this page?
Look, not at the moment. I did before, but look, I wouldn't bother looking at it right now because you've got enough information from the last one you did, so it'll just take up time that I don't need. So yeah, look, I've just got to revamp stuff. I did try to do like conversion ads, and I have set up a custom audience. I think I mentioned that to you from video views and that sort of. I've just got to do a little bit more honing in on the training and honing in on because that's where you want to get to, don't you? You really want to get to a lookalike audience, but I just don't know if
I've got the right. That's after you've perfected traffic ads. I'm getting the impression that you're just sort of flying by the seat of your pants a little bit with the advertising side.
Never, not me, Helen. Never. That's just totally, I take umbrage at that.
I think I've nailed it. But anyway, I think you need to go back to the training and learn how to do Facebook ads properly.
Start from scratch, because I really wasn't getting the right leads.
Yeah, but you're going to end up with a very expensive problem with conversion ads when you don't know how to put a successful traffic.
Yeah, well, that's why I haven't done anything. I haven't
go back
and testing them.
Yeah, once all your branding's done, your welcome video's done, you've got content on the page, then you can start a new likes campaign and get some better people to your page.
Yep.
And then start with a traffic ad, go back to the training and start doing a traffic ad.
Does that mean all those ladies saying they love me, are they all going to disappear? And those men sending photos to me and all that sort of stuff, they're all going to go, are they?
Yeah. They might. If you're happy to pay for those people in your life.
Stop it. Hey, we pay in some shape or another. We all pay.
We do. All right, so I'm expecting progress here, Rick, that you will do your welcome video. You will start time blocking some planning for your content creation, and you will go back to the training for traffic ads.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'll be a good student.
Okay, we shall wait and see.
Well, we'll talk to Gloria about that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's on. Okay. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, ladies.
No worries. Now we got to. So you still hanging in there, Christine? Because she's good. I'll go to Janine's. Oh, we're on the page, aren't we, Janine? We don't have any extra.
Yeah, I've done my video and.
Oh, she's done a video.
And it was very, very stressful. Extremely.
Okay. Are you happy with the end result? Because I'm probably going to tell you to change it. Janine.
Oh, well, it's probably not great, but anyway.
Okay, so we're aging with vitality. Oh, you did change I like the difference in that because it was very heavy on the black text. So just breaking it up a little bit, helping over 55s, live a prosperous life, learn ways to maintain strength and flexibility, improve nutrition and energy levels, and stay connected to community. Okay, and she's put some little shading. I'm not going to let go of the aqua jumper or the scarf, like you said. I'm just going to hang on to that one. Okay, so let's see what you've got.
Hello, my name's Janine. Welcome to my page, Aging with Vitality.
Now, Janine, when I talk to you, do you go, hello, Helen, how are you? What happens when we turn record on a video and we turn into these robots? It's just so weird.
It's so funny because I could get the start right and then the end was terrible, or the end was terrible and it was just like it was six. Like if you do a live, you just go with it.
I know.
And it was just so bad. Anyway.
It's very weird, a recorded video versus live video, what it does to us. I remember, I might have already told you guys this, but when I had one on for ages on my page, I reckon I was there for, 5 hours or something. And it was like, oh, delete. And I just got to the end and I was saying in my head, you're there, this is the one, this is the last one. And my battery died right before I finished the end. I was like, no. Okay, so other than sounding like a robot,
Hello, my name's Janine. Welcome to my page, Aging with Vitality. It's always good to have a positive spin on aging. Even though we don't like it, we're all going to do it. I'm married, I have children and grandchildren, and I now work from home with an online business. I've worked as a registered nurse for many years in aged care and have recently transitioned to working from home and online. My husband also works at home, so we've both share an office, which is interesting. I have an interest in always played sport, love following sport, love walking and being active. And as we get older, it's important that we continue to keep up all those activities. Also with our diet, nutrition, and our mind, like keeping our mind active by learning new things. And I want to be able to lead you on a journey with me by providing you with information through articles, tips, live videos, so that you hopefully can get a lot of value out of following my page and my journey. So thanks for being with me, and let's enjoy this journey together.
okay, you know I'm going to tell you to do that again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I did have to put one up. So, you know, that was the best of the work.
And I was just about to say to you, you know, you did one, and it's that starting point that then we can improve on. So it's not too bad, Janine, as far as what you're saying. It's obviously just trying to get that, you know, real, raw, authentic, you know, bubbly Janine I know you can be coming across on the video, you know, and just talking more fluently. And I probably would build just a little bit more towards the end of it regarding how you can sort of help the other person, you know. So if you're really keen to, you know, reverse the aging years and keep that flexibility up and try to improve your nutrition so you have a better quality of life, you know, and all those kind of things, then you're in the right place, because this is what I'm going to share with you and we can go on this journey together. So just sort of highlighting a little bit more about those kind of things. So they're nodding their head with you going, yes, this will be good. I'd love to hear that from Janine. Because that, you know, I keep coming back to saying the same thing, but people don't really care about us. They care about what it is that you're going to teach them. So that's what they're really listening to is, you know, what is it that this person is going to teach me? So I just build on it a little bit more than you already have regarding, you know, and using these words. You know, so I think it's really important as we get older in life to really maintain, you know, our strength of flexibility, you know, to make sure we're as mobile as we possibly can be for, you know, as long as we can. And in that, like, nutrition and our energy plays a massive part. So it's something I'm really passionate about that I want to keep sharing with you here on this page to make sure that you can maintain a heightened level of energy for, you know, many years to come. You know, blah, 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 you know, you're just elaborating a little bit on the bullet points that you've already got there. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I noticed you changed your profile pic to change that, but I would actually recommend that you ditch the green on the outside because it's just too small. Mm-hmm. It makes you like this big. But when we network on social media, that's what they see first. Whatever the picture is in that little profile picture, that's how people connect with us. It's like, oh, that's Janine. Like, I can pick up from comments on my Facebook, like it'd be a personal profile, not a business one. Or there's some business pages. Like, I can recognize people just by their little, but it's that small. So by shrinking it down and having the green in that one, you're like this tiny. So I'd probably just use the photograph and get your head as big as you possibly can in your profile pic. Okay. So, well done for getting it done. And now I'm going to tell you to do it again.
No, I knew that would happen.
Yeah. And in time, that discussion that we had previously regarding creating your own PDF or any kind of resources, you know, then you could pin that here and give away a freebie. Or you could just say initially, I have a free resource on XYZ. Just click the blue button above saying send message, and I'm happy to forward that to you. So that could be written in your description of your video if you've got something to offer.
Yeah, I think we've got an ebook or something that Rick did for something else that I might be able to use.
Okay, yeah, something like that. Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Now, did we change the story?
Yes.
It was a little bit was it at the bottom? Have you got a picture of the family or with Rick that you could pop in here?
Possibly, yeah.
Because it is a good idea to have a slightly different picture here than is here. So you can, promote that you're a family person, you got your husband or kids or whatever.
Yeah, I can do one.
Yeah, I would change the pic. And was it the bottom?
Yes.
If you'd like to chat about some recommendations to help improve your health and well-being, message me personally from the link below. Yeah, great. So just opening that door. I think that was all we changed, wasn't it, on the story? Yeah, okay. Oh, what did I do then? I need to do that. I need to click out of that one. Okay. Healthy soup tonight for dinner with, oops, what do we do?
I've started putting a bit of content in there, that was all.
Great. That looks good, Janine. Sleep is important for your physical and emotional health. It improves concentration, meaning allows your body to repair and refreshes your immune system. Tips for better sleep. Great. Now, the one thing with how things read on social media, especially on a phone, make sure you got a lot of what we call white space.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, what I do between your bullet points is actually space it out. So it might look a lot here, but it's so much easier for people to read on social media because most people are on a phone. So we generally like one sentence space, another sentence space. It's just how we write on social media rather than having a whole lot of text sitting on top of each other. So that's great. So important in your health. And when you're ready for it, so you could probably hide these from your page. Oh, that's as far as we go.
Yeah.
When you're ready for it, you could, and don't spend a lot of time on this because it's not necessarily going to build your business. But if you're going to, have nice quotes like this, you could just have some wording down here at the bottom, like,
I have done a thing. Yeah, it actually says Neen in a heart or a heart shape.
Okay.
That I've been putting on my personal page on my stories.
Okay.
So
yes. Yeah, something like that. Or even if it's not something graphic, it could just be aging with vitality, Janine Kearney underneath it. So it's just a little branding thing. Because when people share your content, like if somebody, and it's good for health and wellness type pages because people are happy to share a great recipe. People are happy to share tips about sleep because there's no stigma attached to it. So particularly for these kind of pages, it is a good if you've got a little bit of branding, because if somebody wants to come and research you, they can find your name from labeling your posts, especially if people are going to share. They're like, oh, I wonder who this person is that's attached to that. Okay. Cool. So keep going, Janine, with that's great. Sharing a recipe, that post that you did regarding sleep and a few tips, perfect. So just, put useful, valuable information out to people regarding all those kind of things and start building up your audience with somebody who's just giving great tips like this. And then bring in, when you've got some people there and you've got some value-based posts, then bring in those curiosity-based posts about something you use or a testimonial or have an interview with somebody that's used one of your products, and without necessarily saying exactly what it is, you've got this great story. And, if you would like to know, what the product is that we're using, click the blue button above, send message, and send me a message. So you can bring in, that curiosity side of it. So that's looking great. Do you feel better and got some clarity around what it is that you're standing for and what you're moving forward with?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. I think I just need to go and do the video. Like, now I started off with points in front of me and all this, and I think I just needed to do it like without notes and just treat it like a live.
Just talk. Yeah. It's so weird how the welcome video, it does it to all of us. I don't know what it is. Christine's going, yes. Yeah. Okay. So what's your thoughts about how you're going to build this page? So initially, are you going to try to draw, you know, some of your contacts to come over? It's fairly safe for you to do that for the type of page that it is.
I thought once I get enough content and I do a live or a few things like that, then I've got some people that I can bring across in the target market, and then I'd like to try a likes campaign. I've never done anything like that before. So.
Just follow the training, and there's also the basic training in the coaching community as well, where I do like a campaign there. So between the two, if you've got any questions, because it's so brand new to you, the advertising side of it, just either the coaching community or here, because the likes campaign is talked about in both, just ask questions and tag me in it so I can help you through the process. If you want me to look at an audience, what you've chosen, screenshot it and put it in the group, tag me, and just, rather than, I don't want you putting something up that you're like, I've got no idea whether this is any good or not, and then, you're putting dollars behind it. It's just better to sort of get a bit of feedback going, yeah, run with it. That looks good.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done with all of that, Janine.
That's funny.
Okay, so Christine, are you ready for me?
Yes.
Yes.
I've taken a lot of notes and I've learned a lot, and I'm already thinking of things I want to change. And
Oh, really?
I did do everything. I changed everything we had talked about before.
Yes, I'm just looking at the bullet. We just talk about slight changes with your bullet points. So you put personal growth, health and nutrition, physical pain, mental wellness.
And so now with those, I'm thinking the way you were saying with making sure the content that I start posting is matching those bullet points. And so I really want to make sure and that I'm going to, write it all out. I already know what I want to initially talk about, but for future, is it going to match that? And do I need to change some of that wording? Like the physical pain was so huge for me, but do I need to have a bullet point for it, for a while? So
yeah. Well, that's really good thought process. So explore that. And, I would, if you kept the 4, I would flip them. I would have health and nutrition and mental wellness right at the top.
Okay.
Because people resonate with health and nutrition and mental wellness. They're trigger words, out there in the marketplace, especially mental wellness, before personal growth and physical pain. I'm not saying they're not important, but health and nutrition is something that people are getting more interested in, whether it's gluten-free or less, ingredients that upset, gut health, things like that. Like people are more interested in that these days. So health and nutrition is a key one, and mental wellness is huge. People are talking about it more these days and freely, which is good.
And the reason why they are that way is because the shorter one, the OCD in me, that's
perfectionism, kick that to the curb. Oh my God, she's gone for font size rather than you're a class.
I'm sweating just looking at it and thinking of changing it. So it's just, this won't be launching anytime soon, and I understand that. And that's why, I'm just constantly, changing it, and I will not launch it until I know it is ready. But those are the things that I need to work through. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I measured and checked the font size and how it balanced
nobody
out.
cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's
I wish everything could be as easy as the pictures when I took them. In my bathroom, I just put a curtain behind me and took pictures.
yeah,
It
and
was crazy.
I mean, this is a good exercise for you because it just highlights, you know, things you don't need to concentrate on, and just, you know, you'll get over it if you changed it. But I would change it because I think it's more important than how many. You know, I didn't even notice. I mean, how many people noticed how perfectly placed those words are here? And if they were flipped around, would that make any difference? No. So, yeah, I think it's more important for your focus to be, you know, because people read top down, you know, and left to right. So I don't think you should necessarily lead with personal growth and physical pain, but that's what it looks like.
Gotcha. I get it.
Okay.
And then, so in my story, oh gosh, in my story, we changed the ending to have the call to action. I did change a few things, but nothing major in the body of it, but in putting in my messenger.
Okay.
So that last paragraph is new.
Okay, so I created this page to share my story and what I did to get through the difficult times in my 40s, and how I'll be starting my 50s braver and happier than ever. I would love to chat with you and hear your story and personal struggles. Getting through difficult times can feel lonely, but just know you are not alone in this. I would love to help you. Message me and let's chat. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So that's good. Okay. All right, we ready for the welcome video?
I did this so many times. I'm right there with you. Hate it. Hate it. I've been sitting in this chair for hours.
Hi there. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Christine Thompson, and I created this page to share my story on the struggles that I've been going through as I reach the end of my 40s, dealing with physical pain, weight gain, depression, mental health, and overall nutritional health. Each year, all of those things felt like they were getting a little bit worse. And when I stopped and thought about my 50s and my future, it didn't look good. I wasn't happy. I didn't feel good. And I knew that I needed to make some changes. But when you're going through it, you feel very alone and you don't know what to do first to come out of it. I know I'm not the only one. And my hope is that as I share my stories of how I overcame each of those obstacles, that I can help somebody else. I'd love to share with this platform with you. Message me, let me know where you're from, tell me your story, and let's chat. I am so excited about my future now. I look forward to my 50s and being happy and having fun and being the healthiest, strongest, and bravest I've ever been. I look forward to talking to you, and I appreciate you being here.
And so I'd love your feedback on that. And I did even do multiple ones after that, because all of a sudden I was like, no, wait, I don't know where, oh, your the online coaching that you did. I stopped and watched that, and I was like, shoot, I got to go back and change it. So I literally ran in, and I finally just posted that to get your feedback on it, but that's not going to stay. But I would love your thoughts on that.
Okay, so you guys that are listening, is there anything you picked up on that? I know what I picked up, but did you guys pick up anything in particular that you would recommend? I'm just interested to see if anyone else picked up what I picked up.
Yeah. Because I picked up stuff.
What did you pick up?
I picked up that I need to share what I can do to help them more than my dreary story. So the new one, the new one is much more upbeat, and I kind of joke around as far as keeping it really short in the beginning of, say, what I was going through. And I know how I can, you know, I'm going to be sharing every day nutrition tips and, you know, fitness and what I was planning on sharing. And it definitely kept it shorter and happier. And it wasn't such a dark, dreary story. So I watched it so many times. I was losing my mind, and it was just, the more and more I think about it, or the more I do it, I definitely learn each time.
Yeah.
But I know now I mean, it's about them. Like you said a million times.
Yeah.
It's about, they don't care. And you literally just said it 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
They don't care about our story. They
Yeah.
want to know what we can do to help them. So
that's why I asked the question, did anyone pick it up? Because I've said it so many times. I thought somebody,
yes.
Janine's there going, yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
exactly what I was going to say, is it is all about you, pretty much 99% of it, and it's lacking that bit about what you're going to bring and provide to other people. So same as what I've said before, just let people know, you know, similar to what I said to Janine as well, just, you know, exactly what you just said, building on that. The other thing I just picked up is you didn't really smile in the beginning like you do through the middle and at the end. It goes into this really serious type, you know, look on your face, and you may...
Yeah. Oh, you don't need to watch it again. No.
My name is Christine.
No, that's okay. Like the beginning, hi there, and then you go into this, you know.
What I caught is I was trying to smile and, you know, stay happy. And then I was realizing I was smiling when I was saying mental health and depression and weight gain. And I literally was like, that's not something that you're going to joke about. So
yeah, so it's, you know, and it's fitting, but probably because it's all, like, majority of it is about you, and there's nothing really at the end for anybody else. It probably just goes on a little bit too long with that same sort of face. So you start it well with a smile, but we very quickly sort of lose it. And I get that, like when you're talking about something serious, but yeah, I think you know what you need to do. It's not that far off.
Yeah. I want this to be, and I think in this latest video I did, I want this to be a fun and inspiring platform to, you know, share everything that I've learned and to learn from, you know, them as well. So I just have to figure that out. But I definitely had narrowed, I probably did 300 takes. No joke. No joke.
So I think this is a balancing act of maybe the little perfectionist in you. Do you think?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So we don't need you to be perfect, but we just need you to bring more benefit into the other person. So, you know, they're going, blah, blah, blah. She's talking about herself again. What's in it for me? You know, and that's not necessarily how they react. But as I said, you know, people really need to know, why would I stay here? I don't want to listen to her journey. I need help myself. And how you're going to do that. And bringing in, like I said with Janine, take inspiration from your own branding message and just, you know, reinforce it. You know, I'm going to share with you, you know, heaps of health and nutrition advice, things that worked for me that I know will work for you. Like, talk to a person. Actually have, you know, think of somebody on the other side as if they were sitting in front of you going, I know I can help you. I'm going to share with you this and that, and, you know, yeah.
Okay. And then, so in that welcome, the same thing with figuring out something that I can offer them so they go and click on a PDF or a link, or if it's just going to come to a messenger for me, still put that up there saying, click on the link above.
Yeah, because we want them, I mean, the beautiful thing about having something to offer that they opt in for is you get their email address. But if you're not at that stage, which you're not yet, we really want them in your messenger, because you could put something, you know, in there that's clickable, but you've got no connection to them. So if you can say, you know, I have a free PDF or a free ebook, whatever it is, that goes through blah, blah, blah. If you would like a copy of that, just put the word PDF by clicking the blue button above that says send message. Now, a lot of people may not do that until they know you. It may, but that kind of PDF or ebook or whatever you've got, keep offering it up on like future Facebook Lives and stuff like that. depending what it is and what topic it is. But you could do a Facebook Live later, like 3 weeks later, as long as there's nothing timely in that PDF or the ebook or whatever it is. You could say, you know, I do have a free resource to get you started with some great tips on this. Just click the blue button that says send message and put the word PDF, or comment it down in the comment section below, and I'll shoot that through to you. Like, just don't just rely on the welcome video for that one thing. Like, keep offering it up, because people are still shy. They don't know what you're about yet, so they may not take action here until they know you a little bit better. But if you keep offering things up, and if you're able to create additional things like a new resource every month or something like that, you can continue to get people in your business page messenger that you can start conversations with. And when you're already in their messenger, let's say somewhere down the line you start talking about a product that, you know, sleep or something like that, and you've got something that's really helped you, if you're already in their messenger, like, it's almost like you've already got that relationship going, that they can just go and find you in their messenger, you know, and say, oh, that thing you were talking about, what is it? So it's kind of like your friends already,
Right.
when they've hit your messenger already for a free download of something.
Yeah. Okay. I did what you said, and I joined some groups, you know, to start reaching out to more. And I was so excited to see that you can now join a group. Well, I don't know if this is new, but through your personal page or your business page.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. And so I did join some with my personal page, which is fine. I've cleaned up my personal page, but now I will do more that will automatically link to my, you know, business page.
Yeah,
so.
and the fact that your name and your profile pic doesn't really indicate it's a business page, people won't know that.
Yeah.
You know, they can get drawn straight here, not feeling that they've been targeted by a business page, because it doesn't really look like a business page. And that's the beautiful thing about branding ourselves, when it's just our name. Like, your picture and your name doesn't necessarily indicate it's your business page. But if people go to check you out and they come here and they think you're interesting, that's a great thing.
Yeah. This one group that I joined, I have 3 tuxedo cats. So I did tuxedo cat lovers, which I don't really care, but I posted a picture of them and just said, thank you for adding me. In 20 hours, I had like 20 likes and 50 comments, and people were already messaging me. And I was like, oh, good Lord, I only had to block 1. And then another lady accused me of stealing her cat, and she's in South Carolina. So it was just kind of funny. I'm like, it's a different cat, but how, like, just everything that you have said, you know, I've done, and I'm like, holy cow. And so I have people that friended me and all of that, and I'm like, I better get on this. I was planning to having content for you to look at.
Yeah.
But since it took me 5 hours to do that video, I do not have content, but I do know what I kind of want to put in there to build it up. Because you said, yeah, make sure you can scroll down for a while before you add anybody else, right? You want to have enough in there that they see that it's not brand new, and it's a variety.
Just don't go too overboard, because people don't scroll that long, but scrolling.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
So when are you moving?
Well, now they may open schools in San Diego, so it's all on just wait and see. So I'm getting prepared to possibly, you know, move by September 1st. But if they do open the schools, then I won't have to go. But then schools could get closed down the next day. You know, somebody could get COVID, it's out. So everything is just kind of.
Okay, so my challenge to you is, because I'm worried about you and your perfection thing, that you'll just keep changing things because of what they look like. We need a deadline on you, so you just get things done. I'm not saying you don't get things done. You've been amazing in what you've done, but I don't want you to do things over and over and again, waiting for it to be perfect when it doesn't matter in the scheme of things.
How about?
Yeah. So
well, I was trying to think of what day. I don't even know what day it is right now.
Well, it'll be the 20th.
Tuesday.
It would be the 20th in your part of the world.
I mean, probably like, I mean, even a week, but less than a week, maybe by Tuesday. I'm not doing anything else. I literally, all I do is I watch your videos. Oh, my battery's on the verge of dying. You guys may lose me.
Yeah.
All I do is watch your videos and just have been focusing on just becoming better, and trying not, if it gets staticky, I apologize, be such a perfectionist.
Yeah.
But it's really hard. And so when I do my live videos, I don't want to lose you. After this, I'm going to go live, and because every hour I was checking to see how many people were active on Facebook and trying to see what was the best time. And I was going to go at 6:30 my time, and then the new Facebook totally messed me up and I didn't get to do it.
Okay.
So now, sweaty and sitting in this chair now for 6 hours, I'm going to do live, and it will be interesting to see. Feel free, all of you, join me, and you will not see the perfectionist because I haven't eaten or done anything else. So
I'm sure it'll be fine. But you know, deep down, and you would have heard me say this, people don't resonate with perfection. They resonate with your mess, because it makes people think, oh, they're normal. They're more like me, because no one's perfect. Everybody's got laundry and dirty kitchens every now and again, and, you know, all the stuff, you know, all the stuff. And so people actually, when you appear perfect, people don't connect as much as when you let them see that you're not. So just try to remember that, because you're probably wasting time and energy on things that people really don't care about. Yeah.
I agree. I'm in my bathroom right now. That's a huge step for me. It was the best lighting.
Oh, is it? Well, I can't. It just looks like you're in front of some bedroom doors or something. It doesn't look like you're in a bathroom.
Closet, toilet,
Really?
and everything else is just, yeah, shower and all of that. But you saw, I created an office in my closet one time, and I was dripping with sweat because there's no air conditioner in there. I'm like, well, this isn't going to work.
Yeah,
So
you can pick bathroom type areas because the slight echo, but I can't pick it at all with
okay,
with
good.
that area. Yeah, so it doesn't sound. I mean, what do you think, Carmela? It doesn't. You can't tell she's in a bathroom type environment, can you? No.
No, I thought
No?
she's sitting in a room, like a living room or
Yeah, with some bedroom doors behind.
looks great.
Toilet.
Aya, where's the toilet? Aya, amazing.
Yeah, no, well, that's quite good because, you know, normally you can pick bathrooms, but no, that's good. So
Yeah.
next Tuesday, you're going to have
Okay.
your welcome video done, and you're going to have more content on this page. And
Okay.
don't try not to have too much like you're just waiting for the page to be perfect before you launch it. You don't need to do that. So just get some different content, have a couple of lives on there, you know, some great posts relevant to what you're going to talk about. You know, explore what you were thinking before. I think you were saying, like, you're not sure whether you want to have physical pain on your banner or not. Like, is that something that you were thinking of?
Well, I'm just not sure, how can I keep posting on that when it is part of my future or part of my issue right now? How can I keep posting about that? So that's where I was just kind of a little unsure.
So explore that, because you could talk about it still every now and again and share your journey, but it doesn't have to necessarily be in a focus point in your banner, which is part of your brand.
Right.
So yeah.
I could separate health and nutrition, I guess, personal growth, and then mental wellness. I'm talking, so my cat thinks I'm talking to it, and he's gonna answer. And they're gonna jump in this fast.
Ladies, I have to leave. Sorry for interrupting you. I have to go.
Yeah.
I wish you a good night or good morning or wherever you are right now. Thank you for everything, Helen.
Well done for all your effort, Carmela. That's just amazing. And kudos to you for putting the effort in, honestly.
Thank you. We keep up in the group, and Christine, you're doing fine. All the best for you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
I know.
And then there was two. What I would do with that is, you know, maybe then the size of the bullet points might throw you out of whack, girl, but you could,
I don't even care.
Yeah, you could separate health as one, nutrition as one, you know, or health and well-being. You know, it doesn't really matter, but if you don't want to sort of have physical pain as part of your brand, and it is a bit of a difficult one to continue to talk about, but that fits with your brand, your overall brand of health and nutrition. So you don't necessarily need to isolate it on your brand. I would probably tend to agree with what you were thinking.
Okay. Because
Okay.
you know, now that it's just us, it's Q Sciences are the products that have helped me. So I'm trying to keep remembering that. I'm going to be, you know, and say, if you want to know more about the product that has helped me with that pain, you know, we can chat with it privately. So I just wanted to keep in physical pain. Yes, the hemp helped me, but it was also the back surgery. I no longer have pain because I had back surgery. So it was a huge part of my story, but it's not something I'm going to be able to continue, you know, talking about. So yeah, I definitely, I mean, seriously, Helen, it's mind-boggling how much I learned every time I watch your videos, and how I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to improve on this. And oh,